and welcome to this quick demo of the Smart Investigator feature in Process360 Live. In just a couple of minutes, I'll show you how easy it is to uncover what's really going on inside your processes without needing any data science skills. As you can see, I've created a project and I've uploaded a dataset. I've also uploaded a column mapping with a couple of metrics and dimensions. Now, let me introduce to you what we call the Smart Investigator. Smart Investigator is like your personal analyst and helps you instantly understand the why behind what's happening in your process. Not just what went wrong, but why it went wrong. Why are some cases taking much longer than others? Why is rework happening over and over? Why do some paths consistently lead to better or worse outcomes? Instead of digging through filters, pivot tables, or dashboards, the Smart Investigator uses advanced AI to uncover clear, data-backed explanations almost instantly. And the best part is that there are two modes to use it in. There's the auto investigation and the custom investigations. Auto investigations are launched automatically when something important happens, a key event, for instance, when you define a conformance rule or detect an end case rule. You don't really need to lift any finger. The system just finds the insights for you. In the custom investigations, on the other hand, you're in control. You define exactly what you want to explore. For example, cases with long durations and lots of reworks, or cases that deviate from the happy path. And then the Smart Investigator will tell you what makes those cases stand out. So whether you want automation or flexibility, you have both, and always with clear, actionable insights. Before detailing a bit more on the auto investigations, let me just launch a manual investigations so that it runs in the background and we can come back to it. So when your data is ingested, you'll see that the auto investigations have run in the background. These are automatically triggered when, for example, new data is added, or a conformance model is created, or an end case rule is defined. Here, the Smart Investigator is highlighting what's influencing total duration, idle duration, and reworks of cases so that you don't have to dig around manually. These correspond to the standard KPIs of a project. As you can see, it's hands-free and gives you immediate insights. So here, let's take a look at what causes the rework. Here, we can see that the case cost metric and the day of the month influence the rework. For the case cost, you're looking at how rework rates behave across different cost groups. You can identify patterns. Here, there is a relation between high rework and high cost. Low-cost cases, on the left side, mostly are linked to low rework rates. Case cost is important because higher cost cases tend to have higher rework rates. This insight helps identify high-cost cases that should be investigated further and gives us opportunities for cost reduction through rework prevention. The second most important feature is the day of the month. And so we can deduce that most of the rework effort accumulates at the beginning of the month, particularly around 2 to 7 days. These days may represent a critical point for improving process efficiency, either due to rushed case handling, data entry errors, or handovers early in the process. Now, let's move over to custom investigations. And specifically the one I launched earlier. Here, I've selected a couple of filters. Duration when the duration is greater than 7 days, and when the rework is greater than 3. So basically what we're focusing on are complex cases which are both long and reworked, and which may be costly and inefficient. And so once we click validate with just that click that we saw earlier, the Smart Investigator runs a tailored analysis based on exactly what I'm interested in. So the intersection of filters. And just like that, we'll be able to get a clear ranked explanation showing which factors contribute the most to the situation. This gives you the power to test hypotheses, investigate bottlenecks, and answer specific business questions on the spot. And here, we can see that case cost and the day of the month come out more importantly. If case cost is the most important distinguishing factor with the widget, we can deduce that cases with long durations and lots of rework tend to be linked to higher costs. And there are more cases with high durations and rework in the beginning of the year. Furthermore, we can also see that there are more cases that happen in the beginning of the month of the year. So between the 1st and 13th day. With this analysis, we can handle bottlenecks and inefficiencies better, which has been tailored to any situation. So whether you want instant answers or deep targeted exploration, the Smart Investigator makes it possible. With speed, simplicity, and clarity, it's fully integrated in your process environment and always ready to help you turn data into action. Thank you for watching this short demo.